Today, we're going over 15 different types of Brawl Stars players. I used to make a lot of videos like this back in Clash of Clans and Clash Royale, so I figured, you know what, let's just bring it back for Brawl Stars. Now, if you like this series and you want me to make a part 2, please leave a like on this video, and in my comment section below, let me know what part 2 should be. I can do something like 15 things only noobs do, maybe 15 things bad teammates do, so if you have any suggestions for a future episode, please leave that down in my comment section. Also, in the background gameplay, there's just gonna be some duo showdown. I was playing with clubmates the other day, ranking up some lower brawlers, and I was just going on like an absolute tear with wins. So enjoy the gameplay, enjoy the list. With that being said, let's get started. First things first, we're talking about bush campers. So by now, everyone has encountered a bush camper. If you don't find many of them, then the odds are you're that one person who sits in a bush with a close range brawler. I gotta admit, I do this from time to time, you know. Sometimes I'm playing showdown, I get scared, I don't have a lot of power cubes, so what other way to win? Just be a noob and sit in a bush and wait for the zone to slowly push in. What makes me most mad about bush campers though is that there are some people who sit in the most random bushes, like there can just be one little speckle of grass off to the side, you know, not suspect or anything like that, so you casually stroll by. Next thing you know, there's a bull or a Shelly blasting you in the face, and at that point, it's too late and you're out of the game. The next few things I'm gonna mention are all kind of related around bad teammates. So the first thing I see so often is teammates just rushing into multiple enemies. Like the other day I posted a Brawl Ball video and I had a Mortis in my game and he went straight to the goal. Even though there were 3 enemies in front of him, like I had some distance, I wasn't providing support, our other teammate was dead. So at this point, like, why would you even try to kill them all? You're not gonna score, you're gonna get blasted. I don't know, that's like a 2 IQ play right there. And speaking of teammates who just keep on rushing, I see this so often in gem grabs. So like, I'll have 9 gems, then my teammate, little Larry, he has 1 gem, and for some reason, he has the bright idea to keep on challenging the enemy, keep on just putting up aggression. Like, dude, let our other teammate provide some aggro. You and I will chill in the back and drain the timer. But no, you're cocky, you think you're good, you go out, you die. Next thing you know, we're not winning anymore because I only have 9 gems because you took the 1 from me, and at this point, it's a fight to win the game. Another thing related around teammates. So whenever I play Brawl Stars, I usually get like my best sessions in the morning. That's when my mind is the most clear. If I have any free time, you know, I can just get a few games in and enjoy them. But what really annoys me is when I'm playing with somebody who's like in school or about to get ready for school, will queue up for a game, and then like they just peace out of nowhere. And you're like, where did they go? You know? Are you gonna come back, bro? But it turns out like this person has school, they have class, they gotta go. And to me, I'm like, you know you have this coming, so why would you queue up for a game if you know you're not gonna be able to finish it? Use your damn brain. Like, it's common sense. It's a team game. Don't leave the team. It's not cool, man. Not cool. One thing that I don't personally experience, but I know happens to so many people, is spawning in late. Like, there's so many games I'll spawn in, I'll be walking up for like 1 to 2 seconds, and then that's when my teammates will start to move. So I don't think they're lagging or anything like that. I just think that Brawl Stars is so sophisticated for most of the devices out there that people's games just take extra seconds to load in, because Brawl Stars has a lot of 3D renders. The graphics are pretty good, and if you don't have like the most recent phone, you're automatically at a disadvantage. Okay, enough of roasting other people. I gotta call myself out here. The next type of player are gemmers. I'm a big gemmer on my channel. I've made a few gemming videos already. I literally just posted one the other day, and the truth is, I love spending money on the game, and I feel like I'm at a little bit of an advantage because a lot of my lower level brawlers are way higher in power level, and I can afford to upgrade more brawlers than most people. So being a gemmer, you know, definitely has its advantages. I own it, you know, I'm not afraid to admit it. I am a dirty gemmer. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we have the free-to-play players, and so much respect to those people out there who maybe don't want to spend their money or who can't afford to spend their money, because truthfully, it's not worth it. If I wasn't making videos on Brawl Stars, I probably wouldn't spend my money on here because, you know, it's a free-to-play game. You can progress naturally. And one thing that, like, I really look up to are those people with thousands of chests. You know, just like 5,000 plus chests. How the hell do you even get there? Like, as a gemmer, I can't even imagine getting to that point in skill to where I have such an abundance of stuff that, like, I wouldn't even know what to do with it all. One thing I'm guilty of myself is being toxic in Brawl Ball. Like, if you eliminate all of the enemies, sometimes it's fun just to grab the ball and do a little spin on their goal before scoring. That way the enemy sees, like, damn, he's really gonna, you know, stretch this game out. Like, you know, you have the ball, you can score, but you wait for the enemies to spawn in a second, so that way you can score in front of their faces. Bad manners, you know, BM, it's in every game, and I take full advantage of that in Brawl Ball. One thing that I think is hilarious are the people who complain about never having any gold, and then, like, you go to look at their brawlers and they upgrade every single person the second they can. So, like, let's say they get enough power points to upgrade Shelly, they just instantly do it. It doesn't matter if they use this brawler, it doesn't matter if they hate this brawler, they have enough points to do it, so they just spend all of their gold. And at that point, I'm like, dude, you can't complain about not having gold when you don't know how to properly upgrade your brawlers. And I swear, these same players are the people who complain about skins because they cost gems. There's so many people out there like, skins are unfair. They cost gems. How is that fair? And I'm like, dude, they're, you know, skins. They don't affect the game. Sure, they look cool, and part of the reason they're cool is because you have to spend gems on them. And for somebody to get offended that, like, you have to buy something that doesn't actually impact the game, I just see that as really insignificant. And again, these are the same people wasting all of their gold, so it's like their argument isn't even valid at that point. And since we're speaking of noobs right now, one of the biggest noob mistakes I'm always making is auto-aiming my super, or just, let's talk about auto-aiming in general, because I go up against a lot of people who just spam auto-aim, and with some brawlers such as Piper, you can get away with auto-aiming quite often, but usually auto-aiming every move is just setting yourself up for failure. One thing I do with auto-aim is I like to auto-aim my super, because generally whenever I use my super, I'm in a panic and I'm scared and I'm close to dying. So a lot of the times I would just click my super, and yeah, I waste it so often. If you watch any of my videos, you would know I always waste my super at least once. Next up, we have the trophy pushers. I'm only at like 5,000 trophies for a pay-to-win player, and I know there's so many people out there who don't spend money, or even if you do, but just getting all of your brawlers to like 500 trophies and having like 10,000 overall trophies, that's honestly insane. Like, trophy pushing is intense. It can be super frustrating, especially like when you go on a crazy losing streak, or when you're playing with randoms and you blame the randoms for losing. I know the struggle. Like, even though I don't have that many trophies, I still go through those little tilts, and just having to slowly climb my brawlers now, I can't imagine what that's gonna be like as I push my way up in trophies. This next one, probably should have said it earlier on, but that is teaming in Showdown. So by this point, everyone knows about teamers. I mean, it's called solo showdown for a reason. You're supposed to go in solo, but still, people do those little spins, and spinning is pretty much code for like, hey, let's team up together. And if you're playing solo showdown and there's two people teaming up together, obviously that's not fair. And the other day I was on Twitter and I actually saw a clip of 3 teams in duo showdown teaming up. And if you're the team that's, you know, on your own at that point, what the hell? Like, what are you supposed to do in that situation? Nothing. Now, to finish the video off, I'm not sure if everyone goes through this, or maybe it's just me because, you know, I make YouTube videos, but I get so many invites. And, you know, I don't mind hitting reject on an invite, but what happens is if I get 2 invites at the same time, my game crashes, or it'll just freeze, and I can't reject or accept any invites. So I have to close my game completely, reload it, and at that point, I get like 2 more invites instantly, and again, my game's frozen. I got gotta reload it, and it's like a never-ending cycle. So I'm sure for some of you out there, like there's that one dude in your clan who just always invites you when you're on, and this can be somebody you enjoy playing with, maybe someone you don't ever want to play with, but I'm hoping we can all kind of relate on this one, that getting too many invites at times is annoying, and even if that doesn't bother you, there's still that one person who is always online and always spamming those invites. Now, that was the 15th thing for today's video. If you enjoyed this list, leave a like down below, and remember, if you want me to make a part 2, in my comment section, let me know what the theme of that video should be, like 15 things noobs do, 15 things pros do, 15 things bad teammates do. There's so many, you know, different options and possibilities, so if one sticks out to you, or if you can think of a better one, please put that in my comment section, because I'm always open to suggestions and recommendations. But guys, this has been Eclihpse. Hopefully you enjoyed this different style video, and peace out.